What's up, everybody? Happy Friday night, the first one in December. What's going on, folks? Realmhattan Project here, Friday nights. We have a very special guest down here on the end. How you doing, Dust?
Me?
Yeah, nod your
See,
head the other way.
you tilt your head. Me? Oh, this way. It's a joke. It's a joke, people.
Y'all
What's
don't
up,
even
Ricky?
know.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on tonight, man. And
What's
don't be
going
so
on?
nervous, Ricky. You're nervous already.
Oh, I'm not nervous, man. I'm trying to get a little hyped because this Dayquil
Get
don't
him,
have it
Dust.
in me, man.
Get him.
Yeah.
Dayquil, for real?
Yeah, it's been fighting off this little head cold for the last couple of days. So yeah, so it's a thing. It is what it is. But we're here to do this tonight. I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm gonna try my best to keep my energy up. So we are gonna have a couple conversations tonight. But first thing we do, we're gonna go around and say what's up to everybody and see how their weeks were, what they've been into, so on and so forth. Gordon, let's start with you, bud, just because you're right there.
Oh, it's such a long weekend. Let's see. I went away to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving, and that rolled right into a wedding. And then I stayed at the wonderful and luxurious bank. It was really cool. That place was an absolute treat to go to. I was not fortunate enough to get a vault room, but it looked like a lot of fun. So shout out to Vinny, Dust, and Remy.
You keep the farts contained.
Yeah. They were in lockdown.
Yes. That's why I wanted to sleep in there. So my snoring and my farting wouldn't hurt you guys.
We had some there was a policy that they had there with the bar. There was like a give and take. So some of those bottles were questionable. We dumped a couple that looked awful.
Yeah. After we tried a couple of them that were questionable, and then we dumped them.
I didn't make these mistakes. No, that's on other people.
I was one of them. That honey one, I think that one messed me up a little.
Oh, that looked absolutely foul.
Yeah.
The second I saw it, right in the thing.
Was that the one that had all that shitting in bottom?
No, it was like
Was that the peanut butter one?
Yeah, it was like it looked like
one.
the peanut butter one, but Gort was like, I drink that stuff all the time. It's not supposed to look like that. And he
Yeah,
brought a new bottle, and it's almost clear.
Yeah, the honey whiskey looked like a moldy cider. Like it looked
The
bad.
bar and the bottles looked like it was something straight out of Mad Men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty legit.
So like Don Draper making myself an old fashioned.
So
I'm gonna stick with this.
yeah, we were at a wedding. I seen everybody here except Mr. EE. And yeah, it was a good weekend. It went right into a really quick work week. I had taken Sunday off, so 3 days. I'm off for the next 3 days, and well,
Nice.
as of Wednesday night, that is. I go back
Very
Sunday.
good.
But yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a good time.
It's good.
Yeah. Dust, how about you?
What can I say? It was a great wedding. The wedding was fantastic. What a great time. Sleeping in a vault is an experience. I could take it off my bucket list. 'Cause, it was right up there in the top 5. Sleep in a vault.
Sleep in a vault.
It was a really cool experience. I know the experience may not be for everybody, but it was just so cool that they took a bank and they turned it into lodging. It's like they didn't do much. Like the teller's office, they were teller offices. There was no walls, no doors. Walked in, and there was a bed with a light, with a little dresser, whatever was in each one. And I was like, just think about all the people that were in here for all those years hating their job so much. And it was like
a cool place to hang out, right?
Yeah, it did seem like it was redecoed in years, and they put a bar in there, which was fucking awesome. Huge communal space with a TV, couches. If you want to play instruments, they had all the instruments out there: stand-up, bass, guitar, drums, whatever you want to do. And what I didn't know till the next day was there was a full kitchen and dining room upstairs. I would have been cooking for you guys easily if I would have known. I would have been up there cooking.
Would have been better than that pizza.
Oh my god. The first night pizza. Second night we had more pizza.
Second night pizza wasn't bad though.
Yeah,
second
it
pizza
wasn't as
bad.
it wasn't as bad as first night pizza, but it wasn't.
I mean, it's Pennsylvania pizza. I don't know
Look,
what it is.
neither of those were good, but that second night was at least palatable.
Well,
I saw Gordon do the drip test on it. Like he held it up over a napkin to see if anything was
It's
flat out.
lower, almost lower central PA pizza. You know what I mean? We're borderline central PA.
Yeah.
You know, Harrisburg area. But yeah, shout to JD and Chan. They got married. I had the honor of walking her down those fucking steps of death.
Those paver stones were no
Oh,
joke,
Jesus Christ, dude. Let the guy with MS who can't feel his feet go down the steps with a long robe. Yeah, that's great. That worked out good. Oh, but really beautiful ceremony. Great hanging out with everybody. And then vacation. I took a couple of days on the couch just to chill out. And I've been kind of running and gunning since then, trying to get Christmas up because this is going to be the busy season for me. I think after this weekend, I'm going to be pretty fucking going. I'm probably only going to have maybe, if I'm lucky, one day off a week for the next month. Because it rolls into New Year's for us, and then I get a little break until Super Bowl. When's Super Bowl? February? Late January?
Something like that.
Yeah.
You have to ask Gordon. He's our sports ball guy.
I'll catch a couple of weeks.
Late January, early February.
And after Super Bowl, I am cool till Easter, so on the work front. But, you know. Just hanging out here with you guys, working on some music. Music is flowing every day. It's been it's been a cool crutch for me. It's been my inspiration to keep moving. And when I got a bad day, just to sit down here for 10, 15 minutes and bang something out. It's a good feeling, you know. So, but thank you guys for having me on, man. This is awesome, man. I love
to have you, man.
I wish I could. I wish I could.
Wish it was sooner.
Yeah, I wish I could be part of this more. I can't even get a chance to watch this because usually it's either I have to be at work at 5 a.m. on Saturdays or I'm working Friday nights now.
Yeah.
You know, my schedule's getting juggled around because I got zero help at work, so I got to put myself where I need to be for certain weeks. You know, but I do catch it on the end, man. I do catch it on the back end. So, but guys, I'm proud of you guys, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
We appreciate that, man.
Sweaty.
Just get rid of Ricky and we're fine.
Hey, I'm out, y'all. Deuces. Hold on. Play the outro. Play the outro. You got the drops, man. Play vanilla.
No. I'm off tonight. I don't have to do any of that tonight. Someone give him the box of tissues. The box of tissues, Jeff.
We got to roll. I'm not even taking offense. I'm just gonna go to bed early.
Nah, you're stuck, bro. Drive, steer the ship, brother. Steer the ship.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna roll on down to that pretty mug with the big smile on it right underneath it. We're gonna say hey to EE Prime. He's gonna tell us about his.
What's up, everybody? This guy, yeah. My week was very uneventful. Just work all week. Put up the tree.
Nice.
Well, put half the tree up. We put the lights on. We're gonna put all the ornaments tomorrow. So
yeah, that's what I did too. I figured I'll leave the ornaments out there and I'll do a little bit every day.
My daughter drives me crazy. She wants to put them on already. I'm like, nope. We gotta wait till everybody's ready to do it.
You got helpers, bro. You got helpers.
Yeah, I do. My wife went out. My wife went to her mother's tonight, so that's why we didn't do it tonight. And I was like, nope, little one, we gotta do it tomorrow. So leave me alone. And that's it. No, just work all week.
Well, Brian Brink did give us give us the okay. It was December 1st. He said in our chat, it's okay. You guys can decorate for Christmas. Now. December 1st.
I usually put the tree up. So Thanksgiving is Thursday. I usually put up that Saturday.
That's fair.
Last weekend was a whole big shit show. Never got to do it, so we want to running out and getting the tree this Thursday. That's when I put it up.
Oh, you got a real one?
Yeah, always get a real one.
Awesome. Yeah. I wish I still did that. I wish I still did that. Too much work for me now.
Yeah. There's just no place to store a fake one. And I don't. Real one just seems right. Go to the lot, pick out the tree.
Yeah,
you know,
you got the smell in the house. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's old school, man.
Went to the office this week.
Ooh.
That was fun. Not really, but I gotta get used to it because starting January, I'm back in the office 2 days a week. So
damn.
It's only 2 days, man.
Yeah, it is only 2 days.
Have you seen his office? Don't even feel bad for him at all. They got like full liquor bars in that bad boy. They got pool tables and stuff. Like he's
karaoke room.
That shit look out of a fucking movie, dude.
I need to get a new fucking job.
I would be at work every day. It's crazy.
Yeah, I got to go next Wednesday too, because it's company holiday party. So.
Can I play with Sharkicons and get paid all day also?
besides that, yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to be here as always. So just because I just want to be an asshole. So Derek, how was
I
your
was gonna
week?
say let's just skip Wolfie because
We're just gonna skip
Oh,
Wolfie.
you got double
Derek, how was
jumped
your week?
like checkers.
Yeah. Fucking, we still see your ugly ass in your little picture, man. Get back on here.
They jumped you like you're playing checkers.
Wolfie, we love you.
This
No,
is
you-
chess.
I hate your
Checkers.
face.
I got a story about Wolfie when it gets around to me. Go ahead, Wolfie.
Wolfie, this me patting you on the back.
Thanks. I feel it.
Hey, my man.
Don't
All
let
right.
your hand slip, bro.
I'm
Don't let
also
your hand
I'm
slip.
also patting you on the back from that choke you just did earlier, man. I'm just worried about you. You know,
No,
you all right? You good?
His back is higher,
Wrong
Derek.
wrong
His
pipe.
back is higher.
All right, don't make it weird.
So we was gonna see an explosion. I was like, "Yo, you good?" I was like,
Jesus. Anyway, for those interested, my week was good. I just came off a vacation last week, had a nice week off. Also ended up at a certain wedding in central Pennsylvania. Had a great time, especially Friday night, hanging out, listening to tunes.
Yeah,
eating
Friday
shitty
was
pizza.
fun.
Friday was fucking
fun.
fire. It's what it's all about. It was all almost worth putting up with a certain asshole all weekend.
Why are you
but-
pointing at Derek for, you piece of shit? Learn how to talk.
No,
nod your head.
nod
You
your
gotta
head.
nod your head.
I didn't point in my head. I
You gotta
fucking
nod
know
your
which way to
head.
point.
You gotta nod your head.
He is.
You motherfucker.
definitely pointing.
I would never point it there. Ever.
Wow.
Oh, I
Okay.
get it this week. Get the fuck out of here.
Hateful.
You fired the first shots today, so
I didn't even talk to you.
really.
That's the
I
problem.
Do I need to pull up? Do I need to pull up the promo video for that?
Yeah, we're gonna fuck with EE.
Oh,
Talk shit
all
about
right,
EE
all right, all right.
day.
You got a point. You got a point.
Oh,
I started.
yeah.
Shots fired. I deserve
that. Got him.
Tell me I'm wrong though.
I mean, you're not wrong, but he's still. You gotta be prepared for it now.
Anyway, no, it was a good weekend. Love seeing everyone, even you, asshole.
Aw.
Spent the weekend lovely Prescott, Arkansas, and Mobile, Alabama. And if you're looking for summer travel plans, my friends,
Don't go
don't
there.
go there.
Why are you stealing his catchphrase?
I just knew where he's going. The funny thing is, me and Chris both went ew to his Mobile. Let's go to
Saw
Mobile,
that.
Alabama, and me and Chris both hit him with a ew.
Dude, I don't know how you travel so much, man. I'd have anxiety every fucking day.
I love it. Other
I
than,
had a-
other,
you
than
don't-
flying, other than flying past a lightning storm Thursday night.
It's something on the wing.
What's the word? I had an epiphany. I
What
was
that
trying
the
to
Twilight,
figure
the
out
Twilight Zone? That was the Twilight
Yeah.
Zone. Right?
after
Right?
meeting
Yeah,
Crystal
I remember
finally
that episode.
and like
It's
really
on the
interacting
wing.
with her. I was like, how the fuck does somebody as cool as this put up with Wolfie? And it clicked in on Tuesday. That motherfucker's never home. No wonder she's fucking happy and all kinds of excited all the time. I know it now. I figured it out.
Well, that and low standards help, Ricky.
Oh, God.
Wow.
No.
There she is right now. Hi.
No, we love
Shout,
Miss Crystal. You watch
shout
your
out to
mouth.
Esteban in the chat. Esteban's here. As Beansy would say, he's such a beautiful human being.
Love
He is.
Esteban.
He is.
Love that dude. But that was my week. Had a great time.
All right, Derek. I guess we're gonna move on to you, my man. How you been doing this week? How was your week? What'd you get into? All right, cool. So we're gonna move on to me.
What's
So let's
up,
see.
everybody? How you doing? How you doing? It's your boy Derek B, and the place to be. Always here at the ROC, ready to contribute my piece.
You
How,
guys-
how long did
someone
you
write
practice
that down.
Two
shit?
freestylers now.
You practice that shit in the mirror. Don't play
Woo!
with me.
Dude,
No, I didn't.
we are
No,
making a
that
making a
came
Let 'em
promo.
freestyle.
Yeah, we're
That
making a
came off the
promo, buddy.
dome. I'm trying to liven it up just a little.
We're
bit,
putting
just
a
little
rapper's
bit up
delight
in here.
behind that for sure.
Nah,
Yeah.
sucker MCs.
But no,
Yeah, nice.
but I've had an incredible week. It started out with the wedding, and I mean, every time I think about that weekend, that entire weekend was just beautiful. The wedding was beautiful, and everything was just so amazing about that. I haven't been to an outside wedding in years. I mean, it felt great to have it outside. I mean, it wasn't even too cold.
No.
And that was,
No?
yeah, the weather was actually
Yeah.
pretty
End of
spot
November.
on.
55 sunny
Right.
all day long. And when the sun went down, it was still comfortable.
It was
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It wasn't
and-
like, hey, it's summer night, but with a fire pit, if you're in the house and you need to get some air, it felt good.
That fire
Yeah, I
pit was
know.
awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missing from the wedding was that cat. You should have brought the cat with you. Now you want to be on the show all the time. You know, it's just like it's all we see is a cat. So I don't even know the cat's name. You didn't even introduce us. You
No,
know,
he's showing-
I guess
showing
you
you
don't
his
want him
butt
to be
right
a
now.
part of the family. So
Because
you know, but anyway.
like children, Wolfie hates animals too.
No. But anyway, no, it was an incredible week. The week actually went by fast for me. You know, it was just, everything is, everything is just happening, really, really, really cool. I mean, I had some bumps in the road during the week, but I didn't let that ruin my week, but hey, we here, we live,
That's
we ready
right.
to do this. And before I even move on, I just figured I'd change my hat for a second because I saw somebody else had on something almost identical to what I have. So I got to do something just a bit.
Thought y'all were wearing Manimals hats. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Represent the proper way. Anyway, but no, it's been a great week. I'm glad to be here with you.
That's the proper way.
Especially,
Nelson.
I'm super excited to have Dust here amongst us. Just truly,
Hey, I just
it's
saw
been
a
a
cat's
blessed time
asshole.
this week. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
Hey,
you get on
listen.
the show.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's a
yo,
great
at
moment.
least introduce yourself
Starfish.
before you show me your. Anyway, got the kids around, but my
That's
daughter's having
those are old Wookiee memories. I'm sorry.
my daughter's having a sleepover this weekend, so got
Nice.
her friends over here. We're going to do indoor skydiving tomorrow. It's her birthday, and we're taking her out and have a good time.
How old?
So she just turned 13.
Congratulations.
This is
Happy
my
birthday,
baby.
young lady.
My baby, the youngest. She is the last of the tribe, and I'm gonna do it right for her on her 13th. As she
That when they
enters
put
the
you in the-
Your
teenage.
youngest
Float.
is older than my oldest, old man.
Yeah. Hey, my oldest is 28. So,
Yeah, you still pretty though, Derek. I wish I look as pretty as
hey
you. at that age,
man, just got to do something about this, and then I'll be straight. So, but yo, I'm happy to be here, y'all. Chat Squad, love seeing you. Hope to see more of you as we do the show because it's gonna be an interesting one tonight. I have to say the least. Thank you, and thank you for allowing me the time to introduce myself. My name is Derek. No, anyway,
Down.
I'm here all night, y'all. Let's get
Yeah.
let's get it.
Dun.
Hey, yo, Ricky,
What
how
else?
was your week, man?
I'm gonna echo a lot of what you've heard around this roundtable, man. I had a great start of the week with the wedding at Shannon JD's. Big shout out to them. Congratulations. Love them so much. They went through a lot to make sure that went down for everybody. Had a blast with everybody there. And as ugly as his little mean mug is down there, I missed EE. I really wish he had been there.
Yeah,
Kind of wanted to get a group photo, but you were there in spirit. I drank
truly
a
was,
lot.
man.
I said a bunch
No
of
jokes
middle
aside-
finger
all jokes
pictures to
aside,
people
truly
for no
was.
reason.
Yeah, I'm
but-
sure there's a lot of shit talking about me going on. Yeah, so.
I mean, true, but
I'm
nothing
sure I
I've
was
never,
there in spirit.
true, nothing
I'm
I've
sure
never
I
said
was
to your
there in
face. So
Exactly, so I don't mind. I don't mind.
It
Yo, EE,
was
not on my end.
yeah, no.
I
Everything
wasn't
I said there,
allowing.
I've
I
said
wasn't
to you,
allowing
bro.
that at all.
But just to give a couple little my memories that I had, I even reached out to Dust and messaged him, dude, that Friday night, sitting there at the bar with him, he was playing some of his mixes and stuff, and just being able to have a couple drinks with him off the clock. We weren't having to do any personality stuff. It was just me and him talking about music and just relaxing. Was a great memory that I now get to keep for a long time. Like I
Yeah,
had
man,
a
we had a
blast
good
with him.
time Friday.
It was
We all had our slippers on and shit.
Yep. We were all in our PJs and slippers and just had
Yep.
drinks going and music going. It was
Yeah.
a great night. And
Yeah, it was
then
fun.
I had to hit Wolfie as soon as he walked the door. I had preset it up with my kids. We like to bust Wolfie's balls, say he doesn't like kids because he hates all things Star Wars that just so happens to have children in it. So we tell him that means he doesn't like kids.
Yeah. No,
So
it's
when
not that. He's
we
right.
heard the doorbell go off at the bank, and I just leaned back because I was in the up by the bar. So I leaned back and I looked, and it was Wolfie and Crystal. So I called my kids. I'm like, Gabriel, Isaac, he's here, because I had pre-talked to him. So they went out and they opened the door, like and Isaac, like they opened the door, and Wolfie and Crystal sitting there, and Isaac's like, why do you hate us so much? Like little sad fucked up face. And then Wolfie like froze because he'd never met my kids before. He's like, and then my oldest is right behind him. He goes, Omega. Dude, Wolfie, he lost his shit. Like once that happened, he looked up, he saw me, and I was laughing. I mean, that was just great to be able to do that. Like
wow.
Honestly, for a bunch of guys and people in his place with kids running around, you could barely tell there was actually kids there. Really, everybody was so well behaved. Everybody until it was 8:30 in the morning, and someone's kid gets behind the drum set and goes boom on the snare. I lifted my head off the bed, out the vault, and looked at him. And the next thing you know, the drumstick was put down, and he was.
All you need to do is message me if it was mine. I'll go down his eye.
Yeah. All I did was just like give him a look. I put the. I gave him the disappointed father look. You know, like
whose kid did that? I thought that was Vinny.
No, Vinny wasn't even.
Was it mine?
I get up in the morning. Vinny's gone. This person's gone. That person's gone. I'm like, where'd everybody go?
Dude, if it was mine, you tell me. I'll bring him on here and beat him on camera for you, man. You just
No.
On camera.
On camera.
I took care of him. I gave him the look.
You gave him the Papa Dust look.
Yeah.
But it was an absolute blast. Just a couple little memories. Being able to sit there and talk with everybody. It really was just great to see everybody. We talked about it like it's funny beforehand. We talked about that recharge of our batteries, and we say it like it's almost like just a saying to say it, but actually getting there, you really do feel that coming back from that.
Yeah, indeed.
Super energized, super ready.
I was like,
for
man, I don't want to see these guys for another 6 fucking months.
Gus is like, I can't believe I'm fucking on here on this shit. Like, then I just see y'all's asses last week. I'm done with this.
No, but you know, it's true, and we're lucky enough to have quite a few events happening, you know, and pretty much the later halfway through 2022 until now. So, you know, it's cool. 2023, man, we're just gonna keep it moving.
What's
I can't wait till
next?
2023.
ZoloCon? Isn't Zolo? Or do they still do ZoloCon in January?
Yeah.
January.
No,
February?
ZoloCon's like February, I think.
None of that matters. TF Con is in Orlando next year.
Ain't nobody going to
Get the
Orlando.
fuck out of here.
Shut up.
Nobody going to
Man, me, y'all
Orlando.
motherfuckers, that's many times I
I
drove.
wanna
Y'all
do-
come down once, man.
Hey,
I
hanging
want
out
to
with
do
Mickey Mouse, get out of
every.
here.
Ain't getting
I
on
want to
no
do
fucking
every.
plane no more.
I want to do every. I want to try to do every convention on the East Coast next year. I want to
Well,
try.
Send me a
East
postcard.
Coast.
Well, send us a postcard from Orlando.
There you
I'm
go.
going to
Yeah,
Orlando.
I mean, yeah.
Wish you were
I will.
here.
I will. I am going to go. I am.
That's
gonna
too
go to
close to the
Florida.
mouse for me, man.
I am. Yeah, right. But I'll tell you
Chaos.
one thing. NJCC, I'm hooked now. After the last
Well-
one, I'm hooked. I hope they have it next year.
Well, I heard that Fran asked me. He said, "What do you think instead of a spring show, like a late winter show?" So
Late
we'll see
winter.
what's up. Yeah, usually
Post
it's
snow, pre.
usually it's like fallish and then spring.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
So, he said, "What do you?" I guess he wants to maybe get the rotation back again. I don't know. I'm not speaking for him, but he just said, "Talk to everybody. Let me know what they think about like a late winter show." I said, "Not Christmas, right?" He goes, "No.
I feel like the spring
I would think
show,
maybe late February, March would be perfect."
I feel like the spring show usually did better than like the summer or fall show, but if he just skipped a show instead, I mean that keeps the interest because now there's less going on.
I guess being that it hasn't been
I
there
go
for
for spring show.
long, let's feed it. Let's feed it. You know what I mean? Feed the fire. Just get that fucking bar open at 12 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand why the hotel does that.
They left money on the table,
It's
bro.
mon-
Yeah.
Because people are gonna go in and out. Forget the bar, just food.
Just the food,
to eat,
the
lunch,
lunches alone would
breakfast,
set those
you know?
guys up.
Well, like they
would be good
close.
for a month, honestly.
If they're open for breakfast for a couple hours, then they close and don't open till like it was 4 o'clock.
Well,
that
unless
day.
the hotel wants to peddle their $5 hot dogs and their $5 Coca-Cola.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I still think I'm burping
That's
those.
bullshit.
I still think I'm taking.
Because if that's the case, I'm rolling in there with a 30-pack on ice.
You
You know what I mean?
Half
We got an air fryer. I'm popping the air fryer out of the bag.
That new one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
the,
think they did
the
that last
bumping,
time.
the bumping brown air fryer. Yeah, bring that.
You could just
Was it
bring
brown or
Wolfie's
was it
fucking
red?
space heater
That's
and
it.
cook your fucking jalapeno poppers
it.
over that loud ass motherfucker. It'd be
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm going to go up to the room and get the lasagna. I'll be right back.
Hey, I bought that at the wedding. I bought that to the wedding.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I had the one with the pepperoni on it. That was some good eats. It
Did
was
you like
good
it?
stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good.
And
I can only eat a little bit.
and-
I get acid reflux.
Eric, what were you saying?
I could have swore that they did that the last time we had an NJCC, that they were closed all afternoon.
Yeah,
It was one. It was there.
It was one of the last ones. They used to
Yep.
be open all the time, and they couldn't handle the traffic. Okay, put some extra people on. You know what I mean? Get some extra shifts. It's money. It's fucking money. You got a machine that prints money because everybody that's there is gonna get lunch, and it's easy $20 with a drink or whatnot. Then you get your drinkers, and then you got your floaters. 100 vendors at $20 a piece isn't worth it to keep that fucking bar open.
I think so.
Honestly,
I think so.
you know. So I don't know. I thought maybe it would be different now that they reopened again, but I don't know. That $5 hot dog game was pretty fucking foul. That's all I'm saying.
No, you're right. That was an easy minimum, $2,000. Minimum.
So,
$2,000.
I do.
Hula Hands closed early.
That's the one we went to in Baltimore.
Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah,
That
they kind of stayed open late for us though. We were there till like almost 1:30, and they said they
that's what I
closed at
was wondering,
12.
yeah.
And I don't know about you guys. For as much as I ate and drank, my bill was only like $40.
Yeah, my bill was really cheap.
It was like only
Yeah.
$40. I'm like, I had 9 tall boys. I had some wings. $40. I'm like, all right, here's a $30 tip. Thank you.
There you go.
You know, and I think that's how it is because they had such a good time with us that they were reciprocating on us because they want to get it on the back end.
Gotcha.
You know.
that's a smart way to do it when you're in the service.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Well, that's-
I left her a nice tip.
Yeah. Good,
So I
good
did
people
have
over there.
I did have one more memory from Chan and JD's wedding that I tried to slip in. I sent the picture to Chan, but she didn't get to use it. I got
I think she's not.
a little bit tipsy. No, she tried to do it. It was on ETR with you guys. A little bit tipsy, and Pinkerton and I got to do Suspicious Minds together, like as a duet. It was amazing. My wife has a
Yeah, there
picture.
was karaoke in the basement,
Yeah,
and that
it was awesome.
going.
Super
And
fun.
at one point I said, "Is that Ricky singing?" And everybody was like, "Nah, that's not Ricky singing." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fucking Ricky singing."
I did Suspicious Minds with Pinkerton, and I did a couple songs with my oldest. He likes to do karaoke, so I did a couple
that's
songs
what's
with
up.
him. But had fun with that. I know everybody talks about. I do want to run one thing through here before we move on into our world famous showcase. I did do a rock swap this weekend while we were there, just because I want to talk about it because I've been working on this bad boy for well over a year. I'm just going to rotate my camera because I'm not picking it up. But Hazlab Unicron has landed. He is in here. And
Yeah, we had to clean up your box in the morning.
Yep.
I folded it up nicely. I asked what to do with it.
Oh, did you
Gort said
abandon
just
the
leave it
box?
there.
There's a dumpster
Yeah.
right outside.
I didn't know. I asked Gort. He said just leave it there.
I didn't know
I'm
there was
blaming
a
Gort.
dumpster either.
Yeah, we had to clean that whole place up in the morning. It was a fucking
But
mess.
I mean, it wasn't a mess. I put it all back together. It was just a box.
water
I mean,
bottles and shit all over the place.
I tried to keep it clean, but yeah, it was. There was no way the box was happening. I literally just had that thing sitting like a soccer ball on top of all of our gear to
Yeah.
get home. It was crazy.
That's about to send you a bill.
Yeah, well, it better be like.
Well, I didn't
$2.
want, Chan
With
hooked
a
us up at that
cardboard.
place. I didn't want her to get any slack from shit. It's not like a hotel where a cleaning lady comes in and cleans it every day. So
Yeah.
Well, I did look and I did ask. We couldn't find it. Then we didn't know where it went, so I just pulled it up nicely and left it there. Figure somebody would pull it out. So.
not even
But
button door.
we did get it home. He survived the trip barely a couple times. I thought I heard him rubbing around back there, but he made it. He
You put a
immediately started-
seatbelt on him, right?
Hell no, he was sitting
Sat him
on
in the
top of-
chair.
on top of some pillows wrapped in blankets. Like it's like fucking.
No, I
fancy.
just
Like,
shoved
Yo,
him
you
up my
could-
ass and drove.
You could have sat him in the chair, put a
No, that
seatbelt on him,
I
and
wouldn't
then
work
got
for
some. And
I
got some
almost
HOV
did, but Kara
privileges.
said she had to ride home with us. I was gonna leave her up there with y'all and let y'all ship her back, but she said no, she had to ride with.
That's
so.
not right, bro.
I would never. But he made it home. He immediately started smoking meth and hanging out with alligators. It's crazy down here in Florida. So we're gonna move past that and go right into our showcase for tonight,
Showcase.
which will be Mr. Gortz. So we're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage, as they say in Bush's Baked Beans. Let's see that opener. I still love it.
It's time for the collector showcase.
It's fucking incredible.
I love it. It cracks me up every
I
time.
think it needs a kazoo, but I think
No, it just needs. It's incredible. That's incredible.
All right. So my showcase, I wanted to do this piece. This is a wood burning. So this is an 11 by was it 11 by 14 slab. And this is, it's all burned in there and fully painted and sealed and all that stuff. And I haven't gotten it up on the shelf yet, but I was gonna put it with the Optimus. I got the Fans Hobby Laser Prime, which is a G2 representation, which I feel like that'll fit with this cover.
Okay. Yeah.
But
would.
this piece comes about because I was at a show. This is made by Clever Devil Studios. They were at a show at the Dragon Star booth. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Know those guys.
Yep. So I saw a Shockwave, All Our Dead cover. Was it the number 5, right? And I was like, I have to have it, and I bought it. And then not too much later, I commissioned this piece separately. It's one of my favorite covers. It's just a. This piece is beautiful, but I always thought the cover was great too. Like I love all the bullets and everything, in Prime's face. Not your father's Autobots, and I don't know, had to have it. So the Shockwave will be standing with the Shockwave cover, up on the shelf, and then Optimus with this one. And art has definitely taken over in general for me. I think, like, I buy a lot of toys, but I buy a lot of art. I buy a lot of prints. It's gonna go up all over the walls eventually. Got to figure that out. Some of it is like the wall art, like the toys on card. It's what they get considered. Like I do teams, so I'd have like Fantastic Four, Ninja Turtles, things like that, because it's like a nice confined set. And I'm not putting 20, 30 guys up. That becomes a bit much. But this is kind of like the start of where the wall art and everything would come into play. So when I go to cons, I'm picking up usually more art than not. And in New York Comic Con, for example, EE watched me pick up like a my arms can only go so big on the screen, but a 5-foot print from Princess Mononoke, which is probably my favorite pickup there. And that was not cheap. And that
about 30 minutes, at least a half hour to decide what you wanted to do with that.
Yeah. Well, it was between like one really big one or one, two small ones that would be able to be split up. And I decided the big one was definitely the way to go there. I should have pulled out the Shockwave. Kind of regret that now, but this
I never saw the Shockwave.
Huh?
I didn't even know you had a Shockwave one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Just holding.
I've seen that one before.
I absolutely love this thing. Like the colors and stuff. Like I was amazed. Like I didn't get to see it while it was getting made. I saw I think the initial like tracing, and I was like, cool, don't show me. I want to see it when I come to pick it up. When I go to get it, it's like this beautiful, vibrant colors, and like it absolutely amazed me.
So what the artists do? They burnt it in, and then they went back and hand painted over the top of it.
Correct. That's what happened. Yeah.
How long? Do you know how long it took to make work?
Can't even fucking tell, man. It looks incredible.
Yeah, that just she did an amazing job.
It wasn't like it was. You would think that it looks like the cover was shellacked on a piece of wood.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels
no.
Like in person,
it's burnt in and recolored. That's awesome.
And the kind of fade that you had on some of the older comics, like it has like just a touch of that feel too. And man, it looks fucking beautiful.
When that comic came out, it was literally for me, it was the revision. It was the restart, the rejump. Of Transformer comics in general. Because that was out way before Dreamwave came on the scene and took it took it into and doing their thing.
That iconic panel with the black side swipe with the tires with the treads on it with shooting the guns.
That foil cover was everything, because it just blew me away the way they came back in with that first issue. That foil cover, it's split open in the middle. I still got a couple. I got a couple of those still. And just the feel of that, of getting that again, man, it just took me back to going to Fanels and getting that, going to that comic rack, because in my neighborhood back then they didn't have a comic. I didn't have a comic book store to go to. You either had to go to Fanels, 7-Eleven, and Fanels was your CVS of today. If you go to CVS, that was Fanels back in the day. That's what it was called.
Yeah, so you were a newsstand buyer.
Exactly. So you go there to get your books, your comics, and whatnot, and they only had a few comics in there. They had your X-Men, Avengers, and all that, of
Yeah.
course. But to see that there, I was like, yo, we about to get this back in because
Simon Furman, man. Simon Furman.
I got the entire first run of the Marvel comics. But man, when I tell you, I got just seeing that, it just took me back to that for a moment, man. Yeah, I love it, absolutely love it.
Yeah. Simon Furman coming back and redoing everything. Come on, his story.
And plus it
incredible.
was super dark.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, because that's the type of stuff he was doing with the UK version of the G1 stuff, and then when he took over the G1 book here in the States, he just when they asked him to come back, he just came back super hard, man. Like I said, that first battle, that first issue was like, wow. I really want to go back. I got it all digital, so I got to go back and read them again. So, good shit, good stuff.
I don't even have it. You know what? Dang, I got Comixology too. I don't have the digital version. I may have to do that. So yeah,
dude, I'll just throw it on Google Drive, bro.
Man,
I got 400 gigs of comics, bro.
400.
Yarg.
Hey, yo, Dust, let's talk after the show. All right. Yeah. All right.
Pirate's life for me.
Yeah, same.
So that is a beautiful piece. And before we move on to any topics, we want to shout out that artist again, and do you know any information where they could be reached at?
Yeah,
if they're doing any kind of...
Clever Devil Studios. So like that, you'll find them on Instagram and Facebook.
Clever Devil Studios. Yeah.
Clever Devil.
No. Check them out.
No goofy spelling. I believe. Yeah. Let me.
No underscore.
No underscores. No number 8s mixed in there somewhere.
No, none of that.
No. 4's an A.
Yeah. The 3 for an
Instagram, E. Clever_Devil_Studio.
There you go.
There we go.
Just called it.
Correct.
Like he's been doing this for a while.
Hey, real quick, everybody out there, if you can like a meme, you can like this stream. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Share it out there. Share it to the people.
Y'all heard the man.
Do
don't
it.
need to repeat him.
Do it.
All right. Well, we thank you for sharing that, Gort. So we're gonna just slide right on into the topic tonight.
We have topics.
We're gonna talk about Eric and how he trolls everybody in all the toy groups. Then we're gonna talk about that for hours.
that Eric down there? I don't see that.
I saw a promo that said we're going in on EE tonight. I don't know.
Toxic Avenger himself.
Just remember, you go in on me, you better be.
No. I'm just going with the promo said.
You tell him to pack a lunch, bro. You tell him to pack a lunch.
I'm just doing what the promo said. Y'all said to put up promo, so I'm just listening to that.
You fuck with him in a dream, you better wake up and apologize.
I'm about to go.
I got you, E. I got you.
I'm about to go.
We're gonna talk about some toxic fandoms and what our version, like, what do we consider a toxic fandom?
They're all toxic.
You ain't. Hey, end of the conversation. On to the next one. Look, I told y'all it was gonna be
easy. Say it with me now, Realm. All right, we're ending early tonight, folks.
All right, so let's start with our guest, Just. Man, tell us what you think of. What do you consider toxic?
Good night. You know, it really,
ladies and gentlemen,
it really isn't as bad as it used to be. It's getting a lot better, but you still get the occasional same old textbook bullshit that you always hear and see, and it's the same people doing the same answers. What I like when there's when some sort of flame war, because that's what we called it back in the day in message boards, was flame wars. If a topic had like a fire, that means it was hot. And there was so many comments. We call them flame wars because it usually was fucking nerds pushing their weight back and forth. But it's like it's usually the same people, or they're lurkers, or people you've never seen. And I'm saying that I can say that for the Realm group. Whenever there's some sort of bullshit popping off, I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? Who the hell are they? I click on their fucking on their profiles, member for 2 years, and I'm like, now you want to fucking voice your opinion? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But no, it's to the point where, you know, it's gotten a lot better, but, you know, it definitely takes a lot out of me. I just don't have time for it, man. I used to like try to occasionally, you know, jump in there and fan the fire a little bit, especially if it's something that I I was rooting for, but I have no time for it now, man. And like Transformers community is bad. I'm not really in many groups anymore. I got to the point where, especially with Facebook, I cut the cord on a lot of stuff. Just kept some selling groups in and some music stuff and all that stuff. So I don't really put myself around a lot of it. We don't have much toxic shit going around in our group or in our streams unless we get the occasional stripper that's asking us for money in the chat, and you know how our lovely bots in the chat. I love the bots in the chat, but you know, yeah, man, it sucks because it definitely drains the community. It definitely separates it. It puts lines in the sand, and it shouldn't be that way. But then you got guys that are like those actually guys that what are you gonna do?
Well, the realm does a really good job of policing all that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly one of the main things with us. We just don't want it to be like that, and that's why certain things are done so it's not like that. But yeah, I nowadays I steer clear. I really do steer clear because it's just to the point where I just don't want to deal with it because it's just one more reason for me to shut the door.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And for the record, the only toy groups and people I fuck around with are the Marvel Legends collectors because they're fucking nuts.
I think
they
he
deserve
doth
it.
protest too much.
Are they bad? Are they bad? Are they bad?
They are. So and it's funny. The only Marvel Legends groups I'm in are technically buy sell groups, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like for every HasLab the Marvel Legends has done so far has just been a shit show. And I think we all saw what happened with that Ghost Rider shit. How that thing that was just a shit show everywhere.
You shared some posts.
People were at each other's throats over that Ghost Rider stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all good though because that noodle company got me a better version coming anyways.
So, I mean, not to touch on HasLab too much anymore, but you have people who want it, right? And I get you want it, that's great. You have people you don't want it, that's great. But you had a lot of people who didn't want it, were pushing a narrative for people not to buy it and actively campaigning for people not to buy it. So then it just led to a whole big fucking every day was a new post and every day in those, and sometimes they're funny. Don't get me wrong. You see some of these comments, you see some of these fights, and a
couple of memes here and there,
and you're laughing, and you're feeding the fire, throwing your popcorn gifts in there, just sitting back and watching.
Guy opening up a chair, sitting down on it.
But when I think of when I think of what's toxic, and yeah, it is with all fandoms, but it's
everything, man. It's everything.
I think the toxic part is more with these type of fans who will, whether you cared for 7, 8, and 9 Star Wars, right? When you sit there and you start attacking actors online, that's that extreme toxicity that gives the fandoms a bad name. When you start, whether you liked Reva or not in the new Star Wars Obi-Wan show, you have people that go to these actors and actresses pages, and they're like,
that's fucked, by the way.
Yeah, that's taken to another level. That's out of the community.
But it's been like that for a long time. Look what happened with Jake Lloyd when he came out as a young Anakin.
Exactly.
People dumped on him so much he quit acting. Like he got completely.
And the reason why it seems so much more prevalent now,
he just likes meth.
Ain't nothing. Hey man, as a guy from Florida,
he likes meth more than acting. That's all it is.
Wizards. The same thing happened with Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like people walk up to him in the streets and spit in his face because of how his character acted on the show. Yeah. Like that's ridiculous to me. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, he should have been the one jumping out of the window.
It's worse because access of the internet and social media and all this stuff. Who knows what would have happened if we had Facebook when New Hope came out. But
oh my god,
you didn't. So they had no place to voice their opinion. Now they do.
I don't think we would have ever got Empire if that shit had been around back then.
You guys see people crawling out of the woodwork and just you have them trying to review bomb movies over political agendas, and you know, the stuff that goes on in these Facebook groups, the Marvel Legends group, the cafe is always good for a laugh. Uh, it don't bother me so much. It is what it is. Until every once in a while you will see some
Yeah.
people get a little carried away, but to me, it's just everybody wants their opinion to be right, and that's
Yeah,
another.
this reminds me of being back on the DC Comics message boards back in the early '90s. There was a story called Emerald Twilight. It was about a Green Lantern. I don't know if anyone's a DC person here, but that story was they replaced a longtime Green Lantern Hal Jordan with a younger kid, and the message boards just fucking blew up, and it was the same people over and over again going, "Fuck this sucks, bring him back. We're gonna make petitions." And I remember there was one guy in particular. He was like, "Yeah, I go to comic book stores and I hang out. Every time I see someone pick up an issue of the Green Lantern, I go over them, I walk over them, and I give them all the reasons in the world to put it down." I'm like, "Are you that much of a fucking
I'd slap that
loser?
motherfucker in the face with that comic.
Like, you got nothing better to do than stock
Yep.
comic book stores? Leave people alone, man. Like, it's cool you don't like it, but just that's a whole different level of nerd that I hope I never become, man. That's toxic."
Yeah, no, I would never want to be that way. And I know, you guys are talking about piling on and picking on me tonight. And yes, I know in our little Facebook groups, I can get pretty critical of certain toy lines.
Dude,
Certain
we're
things
just
I
busting
see.
balls.
No,
Not
I know,
doing
but
that.
and I'll accept it. Yeah, if you're getting my money, I have a right to like what I like
Absolutely.
and not like what I like. Um, I'm not sitting here saying I'm gonna kick somebody's ass, Ricky and McFarland. I don't go
I
that
never,
far.
I
You
didn't say I was
know,
gonna kick his ass.
Oh,
I
you
told
got
he
him
could, I
started.
said,
You
I
got him
said he could
started.
suck my
you
ass.
know,
Them two different things. That ain't the same
I don't
thing.
go that far with these guys, but if a figure comes out and it looks
Hold
like
on,
shit,
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
gonna say it looks
EE
like shit.
Prime Grogu. See, I can do
Yo,
it too.
listen, I hope Grogu dies in the next season. I'm
See,
tired of seeing him
see.
everywhere. I am tired of seeing him in everywhere I
Wolfie
look.
and any
Grogu
kid
this,
in Star
Grogu
Wars
that.
ever.
See, Wolf is the one who hates everything.
I did.
Do
We'll
it.
talk about that later.
Do it.
So I've noticed over the past few years, these different interactions with different people that we come across. Um, One thing that sticks out is that you realize that you're in different generations. So me, I'm what's considered a Gen Xer. So when it comes to Gen X people, we grew up in the late 70s, 80s, and we're used to dealing with conflict a different way than your Gen Zers and your millennials and all that type stuff. So
Ow,
when it
stop.
comes to us, we not only can do this online, we can do it in person. And if you notice, a lot of us who are in this generation, we don't hide behind, fake names and all that type stuff, and in trying to hide who we are. Everybody sees what my name is on full every time. So when I'm talking,
I
I'm
mean,
talking
mine shows
representing
me
myself.
Prime, so I don't have my government name up there, but it is on my
No, I'm
face.
talking
It
about
is
like
on my Facebook
Facebook. I'm
page.
talking about
It
like
is, yeah.
Facebook, and not here. I'm not talking about here, but. But I
Like
mean,
taking shots at me.
I have
Ba-
always been the one that's been straight to the point and and made my word clear. Now I have fell victim to the whole insults and all that type of stuff because I did it myself. But at the same time, I had people behind me to educate me on how to approach that whole situation. So I took the time to actually learn how to address those situations more calmly and more clearly, so I can be able to not be the toxic person that starts that whole argument. But not a lot of people are going to take that time to really do that. So it is what it is, and that's how I learned how to deal with toxicity when it comes to all of this. Now, do I get angry still? Yeah, some of that stuff still makes me mad, but I'm not going to sit here and have a war with you on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, hide behind a keyboard and throw all kinds of stupid names at you and all that type of stuff, because that shows how childish you really are. You don't have this conversation in front of my face. Let's do it that way. Let's have a calm conversation, because if you get in front of me, you ain't got no choice but to have a conversation with me about this whole subject, because you're not going to let it get any other way. I promise you that. look at me doing it already. And I was just like, so, but yeah, but that's where I'm at with it.
Like with me, we've come from the early internet days.
Mhm.
The message
AOL.
boards and the old MIRC chats and all that stuff. It was nothing but keyboard warriors. Everybody was hidden behind the name,
Yep.
Blah, 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 underscore, blah, 69 or something like that. There was nothing, no reality to anybody. There was no real pictures. And it was to the point where I was on message boards that people would dive and try to find out information about certain people so they could bring it into the message board, dox them, bring up some personal shit into these message boards. That's how far they would go. And that has just turned into a huge snowball now. Now
I think you
have
just
places,
described Twitter.
Yeah, well now you have the message
And
board
Facebook.
games in the late 90s and the 2000s. It was insane. Insane. Catfishing, everything. Anything you could fucking imagine was going on. And if you were part of a tight community and they wanted to out you or put you, there was ways for them to do it. They would find everything from your IP address, regular address, go further, find your pictures on like I don't know what was some old Image Shack or some shit like that. You would upload
MySpace.
Yeah, you would up. It was even
MySpace.
before MySpace, bro.
This
There
is
was
way
no
before MySpace.
there was no
Yeah.
social media. Message boards were your social media.
That was
Yeah.
it, man.
My first time out was AOL.
Yeah,
was
dial
my
up like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
AOL chat rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah, those-
yeah.
those
Shout out
AIM
to
chats.
ASL.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yep.
to ASL.
I mean, and
If
it
you
just
know, you know. If you know,
now
you know.
it's easier for people to get information because people's information it's stored differently now on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could Google anybody's name and get something from them if I know exactly where they're from. There may be 2-3 guys that are same name, but I can narrow in to get you on that. And then they go after the people in your lives, and then they'll go look at their profiles and look through their pictures and whatnot and blah, blah, blah. It's a sick game, man. It really is a sick game. So, like, now with social media, message boards and what we had back in the day is now social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just now what we
They
have now with
migrated
Facebook
over.
and all that. Yeah. And it's a little bit more dangerous now. It really is. Like back in the day, you could hide behind a screen name, and 9 out of 10 times nobody would give a fuck. You know what I mean? Tomorrow you just start another account and you keep it rolling. Nowadays, your real name is attached, and now your job's attached. Now, you know what I mean? You
People
know,
losing their
you
jobs,
could lose your
Google
job over
cancel
some
your
dumb
ass, yeah.
shit, or they could call your job, and you know what I mean? Or if you're a musician, they could call that place and tell them that you're an X type of person. You could lose your gigs over this. You could lose your money from this shit. And it's like I said, as much as I love the internet, I hate it. It's destroyed so many things, but it's created so many
It's
things.
just over the
You know,
dumbest shit, dude. It's over
know,
the dumbest shit.
Right.
I've always felt the internet and more even getting more to particular social media is not only the worst invention ever made, but also the best invention ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
because social, you see what social media has literally caused a divide, and not just in the toys, just in the
no,
world,
in the
general.
world, in the world,
Mhm.
in the world.
And and it's everybody's toxic in every sports, politics, anything that you can find, anything that people have that there's a choice on. People
Just-
are divided,
look-
and they don't know how to discuss.
Like
They don't
just
know
your
how to
basic
debate.
comicbook.com makes a post in Facebook
Mm-hmm.
about a certain actor in a certain show or a certain thing, and then you go through the comments. And it's just like, oh, here we go. And it's
Yep.
like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. And you just, it reminds me of the old school message board shit. But now you're not linked to Joe or something .69. You know what I mean? Your name's there now, bro.
Yep.
And I know you can make a fake account on Facebook, and many people have.
Yeah.
And many people still do, which I find is like the most ridiculous fucking thing in the world. But whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's different now. Now we can see you. Now we know who the fuck you are. Now, people are fucking evil. They are evil, man. You think they were evil back then? Now? It's crazy. Crazy.
Definitely amped up times 10. I agree with that.
Yeah, we when we first talked about doing this conversation, it was well, how do we fix it? Because we didn't want to just talk about it being negative. Is what's the fix to it? And the honest answer is take away the internet. There's no other way to get rid of toxic fandoms and stuff
The
because
world will explode.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
you can't take away. I mean,
that's what we're getting to.
the internet now.
It'll never go away. You have to learn.
You're not bringing back newspapers. You're not bringing back magazines. You're not bringing back print. You're not bringing back the nightly news at 7:00. Even though it's still there, nobody looks for that shit, man. Nobody's waiting for Mr. G to tell me my weather. I just go right now. All right, it's 42 degrees right now.
That was kind of the point to the response.
It's never going to happen.
There is no way to reset back to that.
Yeah, you can't.
That means we have to learn to work around it or learn to how we're going to react to it.
You have to.
But then again, you got to understand this is what they want. They want the division. They want to divide us. They want to make sure
that's how it's designed,
we're doing
man.
this. This is it's done by design. Done by design.
Does it by design?
The more you fight, the more you're on.
And we're not getting political here, but guys, it's done for a reason.
It's not. That's why you'll see those certain questions. Would you prefer A or B? Why are you asking that question? Because you want people to debate and start fighting on your thread.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Do you like blue or do you like red?
Because if you're too busy fighting each other, you're not paying attention to what's really happening.
Do you keep your bread in the fridge or do you keep your bread not in the fridge? You see these things.
Oh, those people that don't keep their fridge animals.
Bread in the fridge. People who put their toilet paper under instead of over are fucking animals.
See right here, look, Brian Brink right here. YouTube was down for a couple hours on Wednesday. I think it was at Apple issue. He contemplated jumping off a bridge. Why? Because he uses YouTube for his source of music and his media.
Exactly.
It's like if the cable goes out, you're just like, back in the day. Remember when the cable go out or the electric go out? You lose your fucking mind. You lose your fucking mind.
Remember when Facebook went down that one time? Everybody lost their shit. It was what it was. Right. But it goes back to that old statement. There was a statement that somebody created. It said, "Controversy creates cash."
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what the entire thing is. There are people in the background who gets rich off of this stuff.
This is the world,
they can care less about your feelings.
Yep.
They can care less about who gets hurt or who benefits from this thing. As long as they benefit from this, they're going to continue to rile up the base and keep it flowing. But what we're going to have to do is learn how to either navigate through it and get by it on a daily basis or not. But one of those choices you're going to have to make. It's a two-way street. Which direction are you going to go with it?
There'll never be unification on that. You get 20% of this world that may see it that way, and then you got everybody that just don't give a fuck. They live in the moment.
Everybody's allowed to have their different opinions.
Sure.
You like A, you like B. That's great. No one's ever going to agree. It's just how you discuss these differing opinions is what it is.
And then you
watch these YouTube guys. I'm sorry, Dustin.
No, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
You see these YouTube videos that don't, some of these guys that I'm always bitching about. Every single video they ever do on YouTube regarding the fandom and the toys and whatever is negative. They're raging against Hasbro and all. But you know what? You look behind them, they got 1 million Hasbro products on their shelves.
Yeah.
They make these videos because the negative videos, these controversial videos, bring the clicks, which, like you said, Derek, brings the money.
Yep.
Yeah. Precisely.
And they drive me nuts. They drive me nuts because it's like you said, it's basically it's clickbait.
Clickbait.
It's that's the problem. It's the negativity draws the attention, and it's horrible.
If we turn this channel around and turn it into clickbait only, and really pushed of what's going on in the meta of what's, I'm sure our viewership would jump tremendously if we discussed even 10 minutes of that. It's just the fact that people see that, you throw a thumbnail in there, boom. Same. Right. It's like me and Brian were talking the other day. It was like about like these like people that do in real life streams or van lifers or people that you get a chick with some cleavage, people are going. You put the cleavage in the right place.
Yep.
They're running there. She's got 1,000,000 views, and you know what?
That's an old time thing, man. Sex sells.
Dude, tomorrow, my van broke down. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
What's that?
Why am I in a
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And you know what? She's only in the van for 3 hours a day. It's parked behind her house.
Yep.
And then she goes into her house at the end of the day and sleeps in a real fucking house.
And counts her money.
Bingo.
Right.
People, you gotta see.
That's why sites like OnlyFans has blown up and have made so many
What's only
so many people have gotten
Don't act like you don't
rich
know what
off of
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans
Yeah,
because
the damn
checks
fucking
out.
the
How
pandemic.
dare
The
you.
pandemic pretty much helped that also.
Yeah, yeah. During the pandemic, OnlyFans subscribers was losing a lot of money. And but OnlyFans, personalities was getting rich by the second. Because they're in the
trying
house.
to pay
They
for
don't
my
have to go
Unicron,
nowhere.
baby. With my
Right. They
OnlyFans money.
They went from
But
they
it's
went
like I
from
know
chat
we're
rooms
we're
to
shifting
OnlyFans.
gears here, but it's basically what we're saying is like the same thing with controversy puts asses in seats. So it's the evil. It's the evils in the world will put asses in seats and get people's attention.
But we're grown
it.
and we get to choose to be positive. I
And
mean,
then you
we
got
still
stupid.
talk-
Hold on. Then you got stupid guys on skateboards that do just dumb shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're a little grown and we kind of move past that negativity.
Hello, Mr. George.
We still do like to talk shit. EE and I do it all the time. We'll dump on shit from time to time because it needs to be done. But we also like to stay positive. We really I have noticed a lot of us talk positive. I mean, besides EE, he's a negative shithead, but the rest of us are positive. And I know the one thing that everybody pretty much on this panel that I've personally talked to, except for Dust, I don't know if I've had this conversation with him, has absolutely loved our next topic, which is Andor. And because the man decided to make it his screen call today, I was looking at the clock. I was trying to slide it around.
Oh, we got plenty of time.
Hey, look, y'all tell me to steer. You sit back and let me steer.
All right, yep.
All right, Dan.
Did everybody get out what
Dust.
they needed to say about toxicity in the community?
Let me be
For the most
toxic.
part,
Did everybody get it out? Did everybody get to that what they needed to say?
I don't know. Court's been kind of quiet.
I'll say this. Just
Sports
relax. It ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, to
Relax.
some people,
That's
it's
it.
their world.
Don't tell me to fucking relax.
It's only their world
see,
because
here
they
he
make
goes.
it.
You're not
See-
my supervisor.
See, you know what? People make it their world because it's the only thing they have in their world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is.
Gord, how was that shit? You good?
No, I'm fine. I had to take care of a billing problem. I'm too
Billing
toxic to talk about toxic stuff, but I do. I
Come
do
on,
like
not
Andor.
Nice
I want to know
segue.
why Wolf likes Andor.
I tried to segue. I got shot down. So you got.
I know why Wolf likes Andor. I want to hear him tell me why he likes Andor.
because
This next topic is about. This
Because
next
no
topic is about to get real toxic. I promise.
They
you.
go-
Watch
This
it.
ain't gonna be
Watch this.
toxic.
See, here we are talking about toxicity, and then we're gonna flip it
little
into something.
overlap there. This is a bridge between the two.
They were
things.
different shows.
There's
Yeah,
a, there's
would
a
be.
big difference between toxicity and an opinion.
Yes.
There really is. There is,
hating
honestly. When you're
children
having
is
a
a toxicity.
conversation with someone, there is a huge difference between being toxic and having a conversation.
Yep.
And it's good to have a conversation. It's good to disagree. It's good to discuss things. And at the end of the day, you're like, all right, man, you're fucked up, whatever you want.
That's what you got to get back to.
I'm going to be this guy and walk away. I like
the
this.
toxicity runs in. We talked about this. Like EE's big into He-Man. Oh, EE likes He-Man. Well, I fucking hate He-Man. So therefore, EE's stupid, a piece of shit, and everything he likes is fucking garbage. That's toxicity.
Yeah.
Me going, hey, why do you like He-Man? Because I never really
Who
got
you
into
talking to like
that.
for?
I'm talking to you.
Listen, dude, you better
Look, I'm driving, man. You want to get out on the side of the road? Go to the
You
opposite
might. You know what? You
Toxic
might
alert.
be driving,
Toxic
but
alert.
you're really not.
You-
I still got the brakes. I still
Hey,
got
I'll
the
go to
brakes on
bed
my
early.
side.
I go to bed early, man. You ain't got flex on
You
me.
still
man.
drive. You may think you're driving the bus. You're not driving.
We're all in
Where?
the Matrix.
We're
all in
driving the bus.
Matrix. it's all
There's only a few that are driving the bus.
This-
I even got a
But what
hand
I'm
on
saying
that
is-
wheel.
This is the last thing I want to say
between
about.
toxicity and the conversation is, EE likes He-Man. I hate He-Man. Therefore, everything EE
Yeah,
says.
I
is
hate
dumb and
EE
stupid.
because I hate
Yeah.
He-Man.
That's
Yeah, and
toxicity. But me going,
Yeah.
hey, why do you like He-Man? Explain to me, because I never really got it. Dude in his underwear wrestling with each other. Why is that any good? That's a conversation. And that's the
Right.
difference between toxicity and just not liking something.
Derek.
I'm gonna say
You
the
gotta get back
last
to.
thing. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about that. The one thing I've learned in order to stay away from a toxic person is to hear them out, let them say what they gotta say. If you choose to give an opinion, a rebuttal to that, that's great. And if it's positive, if you try to keep it positive, stay it positive. But if they keep continuing to give it negative space, then just walk away. Say, all right, I disagree with you, but you're
Punch him
entitled
in
to
the
your
face
opinion
and walk away.
Walk away. You know,
You don't have to burn. You
and
don't have to burn the
and
whole. You
just
don't have to
move it
burn the
out.
whole town down.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Burn. You don't have to burn everything down just to be right. Just walk away, because if you feel like you're right, that should be good enough for you, right?
There's some people out there
like
that
it, you
they feel that they need to make everybody agree with. They feel like they're running for some sort of fucking office. Like they're running for some sort of electoral office that they may have to make you believe what they say is the right thing. And they fucking keep going and going and going. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
Yeah,
Write it down.
it's
Write it
done.
down.
I got people in groups on Facebook arguing about the at everyone tags. It's like, yo,
That
if you
that
don't
has
want to
been
be
hysterical
tagged,
for the last couple
Was that the
months.
cafe? That was the
off of
cafe,
those-
right?
That's the
Cafe's the most.
everywhere.
Hey, man.
everywhere. It's
Hey
everywhere.
man, don't.
Even
As
in,
much as
main
Cafe's
group.
the most Isley of Transformers fandom, I did sell all my shit this week. So.
right,
Hey, bro,
even in
they're
the game
fucking
group.
those admins are
Stop
nuts.
selling
Dude.
out.
Like they're hilarious because everybody starts.
Yeah, because
bitching
they
about
let it go.
so
They let it go. They
literally
let it
tagged
go.
them-
Let
They
me-
tagged them in
free for all
everything.
of
They're
it.
like,
Let
"Hey,
me-
y'all, just letting you know today's Tuesday at everyone." You know, like,
Yeah.
It makes
if you're
no
in a
sense.
if you're in a group talking about a specific topic, someone using the everyone tag to get everybody involved in the topic, how dare you come in and say, "Look, I don't want to be tagged with this." Get the hell out of the group.
Get the
then.
fuck out the group.
or you
You
can
know,
turn
move
it off.
on.
It's an
Turn it
every
off.
yeah,
And you
can turn it
everyone
off
thing is
too.
an
Yeah.
option.
These are
You
the
can turn it
same
off.
people when someone will put up a sales post, right? And add everyone at so everyone can see it.
That is wrong.
But
I
then
think
they'll
that
compl-
is wrong.
But you know what? These are the people who are going to complain 3 hours later. Oh, fuck, I missed the post. Why didn't anybody tag
It don't
me?
matter. It don't matter if it's something an admin needs to get across about something that's in the group or news that they feel the community needs to see. I get it, but if you're selling your fucking studio fucking series fucking Ironhide for $20-$30, whatever the fuck it
Flappy
is,
chest.
you don't need to fucking hit the everyone button. People
If
will
it's a-
see
if
it.
If it's a buy-sell group,
Yeah.
if it's a group for selling, fuck it. Tag
who
everybody.
fought
It
No,
don't bother me.
no,
It
it's
don't bother me.
It's at the top
No.
anyway. There's no reason for that.
It
Freaking
don't
Mike,
bother
whoever
me.
did tag.
It
No.
don't bother me at all.
Oh man, that, y'all,
Oh.
see, you're toxic.
Now I smell it.
Why? Because it doesn't bother me.
This
I'm
whole
toxic.
conversation turned toxic. I try to get to Andor.
Here, watch the chat real quick. At everyone,
There you go. Exactly, you know?
you're all listening. Now I just don't. I don't need the extra. I get 100 fucking notifications. There, I don't need 101.
See,
Right,
My phone. See,
right.
I'll tell you. You know why mine not? My phone is 99% on silent anyway. So you could text me whatever. I don't hear it. I don't see it. I don't hear the notifications. Nothing. The only thing I hear is if you actually call.
What phone do you have?
Samsung.
You got a Samsung.
Well,
phone.
Samsung has this little option that you can slide over for at everyone. It's in the settings at everyone, and it'll alert you for the at everyone. No, nobody.
Whenever
It's not a
somebody
real
hits that-
thing.
Look,
not a
no,
real
I was literally getting ready to look. I was getting ready to
not
look
a
at
real
it,
thing.
like, yo,
You got a couple of them hook,
Is
line,
that a
and
real
sinker
thing?
stuff.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, let me go through my turn that off. No,
I got
but-
the S20. Does that work on mine too?
No, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, it don't bother. You know, the whole.
I don't need to
action
let.
don't
I don't need
bother
you to
me.
tell me that you got the MP Bumblebee for $35. I'll see it when I go there. The first post, the earliest post come up in my feed. That's how I have my feed set. Not the newest activity for the top post. That's what I have my shit set for. So, but whatever.
But yeah, there's been a lot of fighting over
Yeah,
that
because
at
people are
everyone.
fucking. They're
It's
cunts.
hysterical.
Everybody's a
It's
cunt.
hysterical.
Because
baby
those
cunts,
people
man.
need attention. You got those people too. They need constant attention. They need to be seen. They make these scenes so they can be seen and stir up stuff. I ignore all that. I'm like, okay, let me put this mug on silent so I don't have to deal with this no more.
Yeah, just block. You know how many people I
Yeah.
block a day? I
Mhm.
don't have to see their
I don't
bullshit
have anybody.
anymore.
I don't have anybody blocked.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ricky was still on social media until tonight.
He unblocked me just for the show. I'm going right back over there after the show.
I thought he was in the cornfield.
Perma
This is
cornfield.
the fun, people. That's
Yeah.
the fun. All right.
Nah,
All right, let's get that
I appreciate
toxic
that
shit out of
topic.
here. Let's get it out of here. Let's sweep it to the
Right.
side.
That's what's up.
Let those people hang their mops and be toxic Avengers. Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Boop,
Old
boop,
school.
boop, 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 boop.
Hey, host, wake
Are
up.
we out of red light?
I did my segue 15 minutes ago. Y'all just start talking about Andor now.
All right, see you later.
Start talking about Andor. Wolfie, tell us some negativity about Andor so we can all tell you why you're wrong.
But what do you want to what do you want to know about Andor? Our thoughts on Andor?
It's
have
all-
we all
it's
have we all
over.
have we seen the first season?
Well,
Has everybody
yes.
here
we
seen
know,
it?
We know there's at least one person in here who has not fully done.
So
his
then why are
homework
we going to
on Marvel.
discuss spoilers in front of the guy?
I don't mind. No, I don't mind
because he's only watched 4 episodes at this point.
He's
so
not
Yeah.
like
It's
one
not
episode
him.
Yeah,
behind.
you got to
It's
get
on
past.
him.
You got to
I
get
know.
past the first 4 or 5, and then it
It's
really
on
fucking
him.
wraps.
See,
It's not him.
for me, I'm not a heavily invested Star Wars fan like I am with Transformers. So if I hear spoilers about Star Wars, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it at some point. But I don't mind. Y'all do your thing. I'm still gonna watch it no matter what.
Just don't tell you about Optimus showing up in the last episode. Don't tell you about that.
Didn't
Hey,
happen.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'll see it when I see it. So nah, go ahead and do your thing. Talk about Andor. I'm loving it so far from what I've seen. So
Yeah. But
I got no gripes about it.
He ain't like one episode back where we just wait a week.
Well, I
He's
did
the
at
whole
first.
season back.
The first 3 episodes, thank God they dropped them at the same time, because if they would have dropped them singly, I think after like the second one, we'd be like, what the fuck's going on here? I don't know. What's going on? It was kind of a slow burn at first, and then once you
Didn't
kind of
bother
get
me.
through, once you kind of get through the first act, you're like, then you're fucking hooked. You're just like, wow, it keeps delivering and delivering and delivering. What I like about it, real short and sweet, no lightsabers, no force, no aliens.
No children. Say it,
No,
Wolfie.
no
children.
fan service. There's no character that you've seen somewhere other than before. All the technology is from A New Hope era. The inner workings of how the Imperials or how the IBS is it IBS or irritable bowel
enough.
syndrome? Irritable bowel syndrome. That chick is stone faced, bro. Stone
Evil, I love
faced.
it.
Stone to the point where she's so disgusting. I love her to death. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, unbelievable. It's the character building, the dialogue. It's just, yeah. There's not a lot of pew 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 and all this action, but it's you're building a world. You're seeing how this is happening. How
It's
did
the
this
slow
all
burn.
happen?
No.
It's not even that slow, because you know what? Every episode was, you were getting from beginning to end. You were just like, yeah. You know, you're like, fuck, it's over. But honestly, it's basically what I really wanted from a Star Wars show that we haven't been getting.
Okay.
You don't have the Star Wars banners. Oh, we got to put this in here because of that. We need to show them this because of this. Oh, remember that alien? We need to put some sort of alien like that over there. Where's the comic relief? Where's the yuck yuck? Where's the little kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, they kept it real. As real as they can be. A modern adaptation of that era. And I'm loving it.
The only few cameos that you did see all made sense though. Saw Gerrera, having having Mon Mothma there made perfect sense. It wasn't just let's throw Ahsoka in here just because.
Yeah, let's throw Watto in there floating by with his
know.
fucking wings on his ears.
And I'm not against the fan service when they give you these little cameos and connect everything, but it was good not to see that in this.
They didn't base their whole thing on it. You know what I mean? It wasn't a crutch.
They were Easter eggs handled properly. They weren't in your face Easter eggs. They were ones that in the background.
Yeah.
And if you know Star Wars, you caught it. If you didn't, it didn't ruin the show.
At his antique store?
That's what was talking about.
Wow.
Yep. The antique store, all the little things you could see in there and everything.
Now, Gore, you were telling me that this takes place before Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
No, this is definitely after Rogue One. These are Force ghosts.
Is it Force Ghost? Okay.
That was him being a toxic asshole.
Yeah,
I was being super toxic.
That was him. That was him with a name of Super Force 99.
Ricky,
Actually,
Chewbacca roll 69.
they're all Force Ghost. Yeah.
But
Gord, did you?
This series is going to lead right into Rogue One.
Have you seen Rogue One, Derek?
Yeah. I did
Okay.
see Rogue One. I saw half of Rogue One. I didn't see the whole thing because I went to the
I went back
movies.
and watched it
last
before.
when it came
I
out.
went back and
Where-
watched it before I
Well,
started
hold
this.
on, because when I went to
Where's
the
the
theaters to
cornfield
see it, I went with a couple of buddies.
You
of
missed the
mine.
best part. Everybody dies.
I went with a couple of buddies of mine, and I actually fell asleep watching it, and then I caught the some of the end. By the time I woke up, and it was like almost at the end. So they were in the ship, and they were waiting on something. There was something going on. I was just like, oh man, I done missed most of this movie. All right, well, I'll watch it again. But Gort was telling me that this show actually takes place before Rogue One, so you might want to just get through the show and then just watch Rogue One. Just go ahead and watch Rogue One. Then.
Watch Rogue One first, then watch this. There's more emotion because you see where it's building up to.
Yeah.
You
Oh, is
have
that
to
right?
watch. You have to watch Rogue One.
I
before you
don't
see this,
think
in
it
my
matters.
I feel that it does because then you could see where they were what they were fighting for, and what it was, and what was going on.
Okay.
Well, kinda. I mean, like no different than Empire and Rebellion in the other movies, though.
Oh, is that
Like,
right?
Ultimately,
Okay.
like I know what you're saying, Dustin. I don't really disagree with that either. I just don't think it matters. It's
Well,
going
you
to be one of the few.
Well, whatever you
instances
say
it doesn't matter.
sucks, and whatever you say after that sucks, and I don't want to listen to you.
There we go.
Toxic.
Yeah,
Well, hang on.
so-
The person that
so
gave
real
me
quick-
power, let me remove him.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, I got
Oh no! Just what the fuck? My mind is blown.
Da da
right
da
now.
da da. Toxic dust.
Cornfield the Godfather.
Hey,
Dude,
Oh,
I've
my
had my life threatened. The cornfield is nothing.
your Mamu just brought up something, and I've talked about it with you guys. My favorite moment of that entire series was that acting that Andy Serkis did when he got to the edge and he just hit him. Well, he already knows, and we're past spoilers. That episode was like 6 weeks ago, so he's like, I can't swim.
I
That
cried.
moment,
I fucking
When it-
cried.
I'm not gonna lie. I've watched that episode
Fucking
like
cried.
5 or 6 times. Just that episode.
I
and it gets
cried.
me
Yeah.
every
I
time.
fucking cried, guys.
Every
cried.
fucking time.
Wow.
You see it work across his face. You see it work across Cassian's face.
When he
There's
gets
this
knocked
moment
down
where
and there's nothing he could do.
Where you think they're gonna say he's gonna jump out there and save him. Or
I
say, hey,
don't
come to me,
think
I
we've
got
seen
you.
the end of him. I don't
I
think
hope
we've seen
not.
the end of
I
him.
hope not.
But you know
don't
what?
know. But even if we do,
I hope we don't see him again because that ending was just
It's
so
the ending is too
dramatic.
good to bring him back in any way. I don't want to
Yeah.
know what happens to the guy.
Me
I
either.
don't need it.
yeah.
I know I like
You're
I'd
absolutely
be
right.
all right with that. I'd be
And
all
I
right
If
with
they
that.
bring
I
him
would-
back,
I
it's
would
gonna
like
take
to
away
see
the
him,
power
but
of that.
it's too good. Leave
Yeah,
it alone.
I agree.
My
agree.
opinion
I
was
agree.
originally like Wolf's. I wanted to know what happened, but the more and more I have thought about it, I'm like, I think it's just the way it ended is just like
It's better off.
perfect.
Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave
You know,
it.
because if you do now give me,
I'm getting
a second
goosebumps
part-
right now thinking
Yeah.
about
No.
it, man.
if you
Oh,
give
wow.
me a closure to that, it's gonna. I feel it's gonna take away from the impact that
You're gonna be
scene
like,
had.
well, why the fuck did that yup stand there talking about he couldn't swim? He could have da 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 da. So you don't want any of that shit. Just that moment was perfect. Leave it alone. That
And I'm starting to think Andy Serkis can do no wrong.
I mean,
Yeah. Other than
Yeah.
Snoke,
Claw.
But
I
don't-
think Claw
he
was good.
fine.
I think Claw was good. His character Claw was good.
I like
don't-
him as
yeah,
Claw. I wish we got more of him as that.
Yeah. I wish I
And I'm
had
not
more of
mad
him
at
too.
him at Snoke. I don't think Snoke was his fault. You know,
I think
he did
Snoke
good.
was
He
Star Wars. I
sounded
think
great.
Snoke was Disney being toxic.
Somehow
towards us.
Palpatine's returned.
Like we're gonna
That
make
ain't
this guy
his
big
fault.
bad and do
That ain't
nothing
his
with him.
fault. He did a good job of what he was given.
So
Brian.
going back to
Brian,
what Josh
real
just
quick.
said. Going back to what Josh just said about the goosebumps.
Oh,
One
no.
thing this show did again, what no Disney Star Wars has made me do is again feel things
Yeah.
like
Emotion.
yeah, you felt the
More
tension.
than
Before the-
disgust.
Yeah, no, yeah, good positive things, but no, like you felt the tension when they were about to for the prison break, like they were building up to that, just so slowly, and then it happened, and then you know, like just the speech that he gave when they sacrificed Krieger. Like you felt like, oh my God, the rebellion's dirty, but like you get it. Like it's not
Yeah.
a clean thing.
They're
It's like,
doing what they need to
they're doing
do.
what they need to do. That's just so ruthless.
To get it out
and
there. Yeah.
You haven't gotten that depth in anything they've done.
Yeah.
And it's just
So-
fucking, it's amazing.
Yeah, he says,
Calm down, Wolfie. The children are coming.
if they have to die, then so be it. Let them die horrifically.
Yep.
It'll wake more people up to what we
Yep.
need.
Yeah.
The sacrifice
and
of the
that's
few.
just
That
Jeez.
monologue,
for the many.
that
Yeah.
fucking monologue, it was unfucking believable. That monologue,
The conversation
Yeah.
between
The
him and the spy about
infamous
what she's given up.
monologue,
Powerful.
the infamous,
Powerful moment.
unbelievable.
Wow. Okay.
He had his
Something
little
that
Thanos
Star
moment.
Wars-
What did you give up? Everything. Like
Yeah.
he had his own.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit. Fucking
Something
crazy.
Star
Yeah.
Wars has been lacking a lot lately. There's been very few of those.
Because they're
Like
too
you said,
busy
powerful
juggling and going da da
moments.
da 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 da.
You know, like
Enough.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
no,
Enough.
he's right. He is. I felt
Thanos
it a little
said
bit
that first, though.
in
Rick.
Rogue One, which is why I like Rogue One. The way Rogue
Same
One
company.
ended, I felt that a bit. Like, damn, like, that's why I enjoyed Rogue One so
Yeah,
much.
I didn't like
The
Rogue
movie
One at
itself.
first. When I went back and watched it again, I
No.
enjoyed it so much more.
Do you
And
even
then,
like
you
it
know,
at all now,
couple-
Gort? Or are you still out on it?
I don't love it. I could just sit and watch it and not hate it. Like I recognize it for like the good things about it, but at the end of the day, if that's the movie that got this show,
Yeah,
good. It's
I
fine.
couldn't
love
care less about that character in Rogue One. Cassian, couldn't give a fuck about him in that movie. He was
And now
annoying
you-
to me.
Now you do.
Now
Yes,
I
yes,
fucking
yes.
love it.
Now it's just.
But the way they died
well-
was like, damn, that hit me a little bit. Like, damn,
Of course, of
Yeah.
course.
which is what I liked about Rogue One. But yeah, I had
Every
gave two shits
rebellion
about
has
Cassian.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
I gave two shits about Cassian and Jin, and then none of them. I didn't give a shit about any of them.
Yeah, the Force is with me. Blah blah blah. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
Deep Impact did it first.
This was incredible.
See, the fault of
Incredible.
Rogue One is that everything was very cardboard cutout, and
Yeah.
you get to this where
I
you had
get
to
that,
flesh
yeah.
Because it was
everything
still
out.
early. It was
Yeah.
still early in what they were doing and building the
But,
universe again.
See, and this is what
Yeah.
we've spoken about before. Like, you took a character that no one had any preconceived notions on what he should be. So you had free reign to go with where you were. You're doing something like Boba Fett. He's a character that's been around for 40 fucking years.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
want a certain thing. So when it comes out, you're not going to please everybody.
I didn't want that.
No, me neither. Me neither.
No.
But
Who
you
wanted
know,
that?
No,
I
wanna
didn't
know
want
who
space.
wanted that.
But I-
Who wanted that?
But Mets, I think that's why also Mandalorian has been so successful, because you took a brand new character, no preconceived notions, you have no restraint, you can go anywhere you want.
And they still catfished us with that because it was meant out that he was going to be like, it was supposed to be a dark Western. He was a bounty hunter and he was going to be this guy. And then within episode 3, he's a good guy. That was not what we perceived from when we were seeing that. You know what I mean? When we first learned about the Mandalorian, it was supposed to be like, oh, it's a bounty hunter. It's like an old Western. It's going to be great. He's going to be that anti-hero, and then he turns into a fucking
This is
a
why- this
yuck
is-
yuck guy with a little fucking
a
green
fucking
thing on it.
daddy
This is why I
daycare.
hate. This is one of the reasons why I don't.
And don't
like
get me
Rogue
wrong,
One.
I enjoyed the Mandalorian to a point, but it wasn't what they portrayed when it first came out. No, I wasn't going to think it was going to be another Boba Fett, but yet everybody just expected it for him to be another bounty hunter, and it was going to be that type of storyline.
No.
And then what did we get? We got fucking Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah, and you know,
You know what I
nothing-
mean?
and I enjoyed
yeah.
the Mandalorian,
Wow.
but it hasn't given me a single one of those.
yeah, I liked it
oh
too.
my god moments.
Yeah.
The way Andor
No,
did.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
And I think
Andor
the last
gave me
Andor's giving-
multiple. Yeah,
the
Andor
last
gave
thing
me
to
a
do
bunch of
it
those
for me
moments.
was that last arc in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Like Clone Wars was able to deliver some good moments, you know,
Yeah.
especially that last arc in that final season, you know, with Order 66 and
Yeah.
Ahsoka, and that's the last time they've given me a wow moment, you know. And then before that,
Also, what's
I don't
great,
know.
It's been a long time,
It's
right?
been so very few. None of the movies did it. None of the movies did it. None of the movies did it.
the Mon
Not-
Mothma arc,
You know, not Harrison Ford's death.
that was
not-
good.
how she's sacrificing.
Yeah, her daughter.
Now her daughter.
daughter.
Now she has to figure out how she's going to hide the money. So
Dude,
she's
set her
starting the
husband
whole
up with
gambling
that
thing.
mob dude.
She
Yeah.
lied about her
She's gonna put
husband.
it on her
like,
husband,
Dude,
yeah.
because because she doesn't love him because it was an arranged marriage, just like
Yeah.
that's
And he
just
seems
how
like
it
a
was.
prick anyway. He seems like a prick
Oh, he's
anyway.
a douchebag too. But you
Yeah,
know,
so-
but it's great to show that
Let him
like
take the fall.
this is where she's going to be hiding, where the money's going now. So, but I can't wait to see where she needs to say, all right, I'm out of here. I got to go. You know what I mean?
You know,
It's
Yeah.
gone
not
too
far.
far. They found
Her
out.
fall isn't far because remember
Yeah.
when by the time Rogue One comes,
5 years.
she's in the bunker. She's in the bunker.
Yep.
Look,
She's
and
on
hiding
Yavin.
out looks
Yep.
like, you know, and
She's on Yavin.
In the Rebels show, they have her like come to
Yeah.
the Alliance
Yeah.
formally, and she gives a whole like speech to the galaxy. You know, I was a senator, I bounced, I'm doing the rebel thing. This is why. But it's because of the Gormans, which they keep mentioning in the show, the Gorman people and the problems that they're having with the Empire.
Yeah, was
So
that
I
where
think
she
so.
the last time she was up in front of the Senate and everybody
Yeah.
just ignored her?
She's mentioned it in passing a couple times, and then she's talking about it in the Senate. But that's when the bank heist happens, and then they.
Yeah, I
they're
never
all in
watched
that.
really much Rebels or Clones, so I really need to be brought
Which you
back up on
but you
that.
don't need to. Is the nice thing. Like the mention of the Gorman stuff is like nice because it's Easter eggy and it's gonna tie into something else, but it's not shoving it in your face. It's not a bunch of Cantina aliens like right on camera saying the shit that you already heard them say.
Big mistakey.
Mm.
Big
Which it would be.
mistakey.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking forward to this. Now.
Admiral Rackboss cereal, they're so
Derek,
good
I'm
and
telling you,
delicious.
you're gonna
Yeah,
love it.
you gotta just
You're
sit
gonna
and
love
watch
it.
it.
Even if you're not a huge Star Wars fan, this was
Yeah.
just a well-told
D-man.
story.
some of the best.
I mean,
It was the best part of my Wednesday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now I got
Perfect.
nothing going
That's a
on
perfect
Wednesdays. Now I got to work.
Willow.
So
got Willow.
I take these
Didn't see it yet.
series and just watch them just for
Willow.
the value of it. I mean, I liked the Mandalorian when it first came out. Like I said, I'm not a heavily invested Star Wars fan, but these stories have been good. A lot of y'all gave me shit for liking Bad Batch, but for me, because I wasn't
enjoy Bad
heavily
Batch.
invested,
Yeah, because
It
you're not.
wasn't
Yeah,
as bad.
yeah. You don't have all hands in.
It wasn't as
right
bad
to the
as-
cornfield
as-
before he
as,
goes in
uh,
on Derek.
right?
as this one makes it seem.
All right.
But-
Basically, what was good about this is they didn't need to do all the bells and whistles.
Mhm.
They kept it simple. They kept it character driven, and they kept the emotion and the drama. You know what I mean? And it's just like I mean, I don't know how much more we could say. If you haven't seen it yet and you're watching this fucking show,
Like Derek,
shut us off and go watch it, please.
One of the biggest things
Yeah.
is you kind
What
of
do you say?
touched on it, and it's been one of the biggest issues I had with their Marvel stuff and their Star Wars stuff. Is Disney has said, we're going to give you this. You get all excited for this. And then when you go
And
turn
you
it
don't
on,
get it. Yeah,
that
yeah.
lasts for about 5 seconds and then it becomes something fucking else all of a sudden into it.
Well, it's like me with my Tinder dates. I said, let's play a game called Just a Tip. They don't realize that's all they're getting ever. Because that's all I
Call that
got.
the-
You know,
We call that the Florida peekaboo around
anybody
Shout out to the Stroke Boy.
Yikes!
shout to Tinder Tuesdays.
here. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Derek, what I was going to say is the show is good on its own merits. Like Star Wars has nothing to do with it. It's good because it's good.
Yeah.
And you can watch it like that. You don't need to know anything about Star Wars. You'll be able to. skip the
That's
part.
another thing. Like the way it is without being connected to anything else. If you've never watched any Star Wars, you're not lost. You wouldn't be lost. It's just all right. What's
And
the
that's
show
the thing.
about?
I'm not looking to be connected for any of these shows to be connected to anything. I'm just enjoying it for the value it is, because if you look at the Marvel shows and you're too busy trying to connect it to the other movies, it takes away from the value of the actual show and you can't enjoy it. Like my favorite series is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I watch that show over and over and over again and never get tired of it because you can watch that show on its individual merit versus trying to connect it to any of the other shows, Black Panther, any of the movies. I'm saying, but it's gonna get me prepared to watch Captain America, World War IV, whatever they're gonna call it. But yeah, I mean that's the way I'm taking it. I'm just taking it for its value as a story because if the story is fluent and it's consistent. Yeah, I'm gonna be all for it. I just want to keep going with it.
And bringing up what Esteban said here, pretty much what they did is they had like this massive story Bible, and they worked off of that. Like they made a template. They knew the ins and outs of all the characters, their motivations. They did build up more from that, but if you had a foundation and that was going to be like 80% of what was making it to screen and why, it's bringing it together instead of forcing a story around. Like they're building a story around something instead of forcing the story upon characters just so they can be there for convenience. That's why you get all that baloney that we talk about, like the Ahsoka
Filoni-
and all those
Filoni
characters.
baloney. You read that somewhere, didn't you?
No, that's a Calum thing. He is a mad genius, and I respect him for it.
Shout out to Caleb. Love you,
Caleb.
bro.
Shout out
Caleb
to Caleb.
loves Filoni.
Does he enjoy Andor?
Everybody enjoys Andor.
Oh,
whether
well,
they
I don't
it or
know.
not.
There's some people out there.
I haven't
that
heard
don't.
anything negative about Andor.
I've heard one thing.
Yeah.
What's
One
that?
thing.
that?
Some guy on another YouTube show I will not name said he did not like it because it had bricks and screws, and that took him out of it because bricks and screws don't belong in Star Wars.
Toxic.
You know what? You know what doesn't the freezer flaps in Mandalorian. Remember that one episode where he's in a freezer? He walks into that place where they, I think it was with the fish and whatnot. Those plastic freezer flaps. They shouldn't be in fucking Star Wars universe either. Should be a force field that you can walk in and out of to keep the cold in. That's just my opinion. I don't care about screws. I don't care about fucking bricks. It works.
I've seen
Shout out the bricks on the dollar.
Yeah.
I've seen a few
We like those
Toxicity.
about it being boring and people wanted more.
Because they want
Yeah, that's,
pew pew.
and it's been
Dude,
You know-
when you
you
saw
know,
when you saw them fucking troopers getting into those fucking TIE fighters and shit, I know we all creamed in our pants. I did.
You were seeing it the right way. Like the way they would get in too. But you know what, Eric? The people that say that shit, those are the people that are excited for Michael Bay trailers. Okay. I said
and it's been very few and far between. I have a coworker at work. She's a Star Wars fan, I guess. She says she is, and she was complaining how boring Andor is, and she can't get into it. And you're my coworker. I'm just gonna be like, okay, and I'm not going no further.
yeah.
I had a friend who said the same thing. I just said, all right, that's it is what it is.
No. If you
I
didn't work
walked
with me,
away.
if you didn't work with me, I'd be willing to have a conversation. But we work together. I don't know how serious you are, so I'm going to avoid anything with any coworker that could turn into any kind of debate. It's just how I am at work. Like, so, but she was saying that, and I've seen some comments here and there, on the internet. Oh, it was boring. Nothing happened.
Well,
Okay, good for you.
I think it's very
They were watching something different than we were, and that's fine.
No,
That's fine.
she's just confused. Her favorite
fine.
characters are probably that Skittles gang from Boba Fett. It is what it is.
Yeah, the fucking Biff and his buddies from fucking Back to the Future 2. You know what I mean? On skateboards.
Yeah.
I'm in manure, man.
I hate manure.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all that was missing from
I'm
that.
gonna kill that son of a bitch.
I hate manure. That's what that reminded me.
Grogu
of.
needs to die.
That's
That's
dope.
what I'm gonna say.
Man, I'm looking forward to watching.
I
this.
really wish Grogu would have just
Don't you
not
dare. Don't you-
would
I want
have
you to tell
choose
some-
something differently this season.
Yeah,
That's a
I
falsification because I
never
like
should have bring him
Andor.
back.
I'm not a huge Tarantino
It's going to be
fan,
even
so.
worse. This
I
new
know.
season is just going to be plastered with nonsense.
Who said?
Well, he's
who
going to
said
get his
Gort?
own Mandalorian armor. He's
That-
gonna
yeah,
We
put
that's
got to
what
sell toys. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yuck,
I
yuck,
think it was
yuck.
Gort
Yeah,
who
Yuck,
said
yuck,
that.
yuck, yuck.
But
They're
that's
gonna give him his own little Mandal armor with a Mandal helmet now.
Yeah, we got it. We got to, dude. We got to sell toys. We got to sell fucking plushies and Funko Pops and.
Dude, if they make a toy of that thing wearing Mandalorian armor, just know what you're getting for Christmas.
that is a toxic
Like a case of
Hasbro.
them.
And you know what? Give
Yeah.
me 3 series like that, but give me one good one like Andor, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Let that go over there and just give me one or something I could eat behind people's backs that are over there. All the fanfare and the commercialism and the toys and all that. Keep that over there. Just give me something like this to keep chewing on, and I'll stay. I'll keep watching that if you give me this.
Problem
But
is
that money
we're only getting
funnels into making this
2
stuff. So you
seasons.
kinda have
Yeah.
to.
of this.
That's just basically how it is with me. Keep making that. I'll watch it if you keep feeding me this.
Yeah. And it's a shame we're only getting 2 seasons of this. And I'm not, and I get
Agreed.
Andor is not something that I want them to beat into the ground. 3, 4,
No,
5
yeah,
seasons.
yeah.
No, but this type of
Leave them
content.
wanting more.
But they're
You know,
smart
more.
because they started fucking already on season 2.
Yeah.
They saw
This
how
type of
this was
content.
being grabbed. Let's go. Keep it moving.
These type of shows, this type of content is what I would prefer over what the
Now,
direction that Mando went and and the movies have gone. It's just,
what is that new series you were talking about? It was back in the day, early Sith days. It shows how the Sith
The
Acolyte
I'm interested
infiltrates.
in that one.
Me too. Give me the lightsabers.
Is
For
that the one with the rock?
I want to know
Not the Rock,
how
Rock.
this happens.
Did you say The Rock is in Star
No,
Wars?
no. There isn't there a show they're putting out that has a rock that, not the rock, but it's a physical rock that pilots.
You're talking about the High Republic stuff, because
All right,
this
never
this
mind,
show is
never mind.
advertised as being at the end of the High Republic. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be pretty disconnected from all the books and things that they've done.
I hope so.
Yeah.
The reason why
It sounds super. It sounds super interesting to me.
I'm looking forward to it because it's a different era of Star Wars that we have not gotten
early.
on TV.
Yeah, we
or
haven't seen it
movies
yet
so far. You know, I know they've done games on the Old Republic and stuff. I
Yeah.
never played them, so for me, you know, my Star Wars unfortunately has been what I call
Yeah.
the Skywalker era.
Yeah.
And we're still in the Skywalker era, and I'm looking forward to getting away from it finally.
But to hear how this, you want to know how the Sith infiltrates the Jedi Council.
So
that's like I'm in.
If
And
they
I'm
write like
hoping-
this, I'm in for sure. Absolutely.
As long as there's a
I'm
little.
hoping-
Hi, how are you? I'm a little guy. You know.
You have no constraints being
I hate
stuck
that
in
character.
this era. You can do whatever you want. I'm hoping that they can then be as good as the way Andor was. Since you really had no constraints with Andor, you have no constraints with this Acolyte show. So let's go.
Well, they kind of do. It
What
depends
are
on the
the-
story that they want to talk about. Like if this is some sort of basic dark side corruption, or if this is, because there's the difference of the dark side and the Sith. I don't remember what the quotes were in interviews, but the dark side, you know, versus like the dark side getting into the Jedi, like, okay, but the Sith, no, because in those movies, they're literally say we haven't seen a Sith in 1,000 years. So like they don't, that's nothing to them. It doesn't exist. It's so out of place that it's like a non-existent thing to them. And aliens.
And this show doesn't take place before that.
It does take place before it, but it's 100 years out from
100
episode
years.
one.
100 years. That's what I meant. Like
Yeah.
I meant like it doesn't take place before 1,000 years. All right, I got you.
No, it's not. That would be a better show. That's not fair to say, but you would have more room to play because this still
Well, maybe it will show how they planted the seeds for Palpatine.
possibly like we don't
But
Come
what
know.
back somehow.
Papa Palpatine.
But the problem is what you're gonna see though. Then in Acolyte, which now it's only you know who you're gonna see. You're gonna see Yoda.
They can do that.
Guarantee,
Yeah.
guarantee you're gonna see Yoda.
There's
And,
a bunch
like
of
I
the
s-
prequel Jedi that are on the Jedi Council that you could see. Yeah.
And these are
It
kind
makes
of
sense,
these
though.
are characters. Yeah,
Sure,
but these are characters I want to get away from already.
Well, maybe Yoda, but the other guys like they don't do anything. They sit in chairs in the background and pick their nose. They don't do anything. I wouldn't mind seeing those guys.
I watch podcasts that are like that. Ricky, take your finger out of your nose.
So that's
No,
why he's off camera.
I thought I had my camera off. My bad.
Yo, I can't wait. I can't wait to, really really delve into that, man. Y'all giving me so much to look forward to. Appreciate that.
just please enjoy it, man. Take your
I don't
time.
think it's gonna
Nobody
be overhyped
around,
for you.
and just
I agree.
analyze every minute of that show.
Yeah, that's good. And you're talking about how it is just getting the one, the second season, then it's done. Sometimes less is more, and I'm good with that. Doesn't have time or a place to turn
fuck it
into
up.
something foul. It's just going to be good. They have a plan, something that Star Wars doesn't usually have. They have a plan. They're going to do it. It's going to be
Even
good.
Jerry Seinfeld said, "That's enough already. Let's wrap it up."
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of wrapping up,
Yeah.
fading fast.
So that was a good show, guys. Had fun
What
with
Ricky
it.
just do? Fucking, you just do
He's
smoke a
doing
crack vial or something? What are you doing? There?
All the Dayquil and stuff's wearing off, man.
Oh, okay.
Slide into NyQuil.
Yeah. Then I will be snoring on this microphone.
Yeah.
I won't even be talking right now.
Because wherever you take NyQuil, that's where you're sleeping.
That's not unprecedented.
It was a good show. I had fun. I did. I love Andor. I anybody doesn't like Andor can suck it. I'll be
Toxicity.
I said I'll be toxic. I don't care. Fuck 'em.
Ricky
I'll be that
Ticky
guy.
Toxic.
Yeah.
I'll be that guy. But it is a great show. Thanks for the showcase. Gord, that was really good. Dust, we really do appreciate you taking time.
Man,
to come
thanks
out
for
here
having
with
me
us,
on, man. I'm glad I was able to do it, man. I had a really good
Thank
time
you,
and
sir.
had a good
we've been
time
la-
discussing things with you guys
unable-
and not just looking at slides.
Yeah, we've been wanting
my
to get you
lord.
on here for a while, so it's nice to finally get that to happen.
Right.
Vacation
Come back
dust
soon.
is my jam, dude. I've been
Dude,
saying it all
Vacation
week.
Dust
I
is
love Vacation
goes
Dust.
back in history. Go back and watch all the shows.
It was a blast. We do appreciate
Thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate what you guys are doing here on Fridays, man.
Thank you.
Well, thank you
Come
for
back
giving
soon.
us a shot and let us do this, man. We're having fun with it
man.
so far.
Yeah, man.
So,
That's it. Keep having fun. Don't make it a job because once it's a job, you don't want to do it no more. Make it fun.
I'm gonna
I'm having fun.
reach out because the big boss is here tonight. We're gonna let him do the rundown of all the shows and nights and stuff. Go ahead, Dust. Hit us with where everybody's gonna be at on what nights, man. I'm
not working tonight. I'm off
Even
tonight.
he's on vacation.
ETR
man.
on Mondays,
Everybody work
Tuesdays.
on vacation.
Tuesdays a
What the
free
hell
for
wrong
all.
with
Every
you?
alternating Wednesday we have shelf gravy and figure banging. Thursday night it's you may get a right out the box, you might not. Friday night we got you guys here on the Realmhattan Project. Hey, we're looking to fill the week up. Who knows what the future is going to bring?
We're getting
But keep
close.
watching, like, subscribe, follow. Go back and watch some of the older shows. Learn about the history because just like Andor, we have a lot of history too here in the realm. So, on that
Be a
note,
part of it.
Indeed.
That's it. We want to get out of here, guys. Y'all want to go around one time? Tell everybody where you at.
I'm right here. Next.
I'm right here.
I'm over here now every Friday.
Wolf is over there.
I'm
Every
right here.
Friday.
Gonna be over there soon.
And
We
Derek
get to
is
talk.
another-
I want to talk about shit.
You heard it here.
I will
folks.
be dropping. There will be a hangout tonight. I will drop the link in the Facebook group. Just give me a few minutes.
Awesome.
It'll be on Google. So, thanks for coming out, everybody.
I know anybody that hits up that link. I know Derek does want to talk about that new Beast Wars, but I'm faded, man. I can't
Nah,
get into
go.
that one. So that'd be a good one to have in there. Talk with everybody in
Yeah.
there.
Hey, while
Yeah,
you're
we
waiting
can
for
talk
that
about
link,
it,
slide
yeah.
over to Spotify. Listen to Dust Mites music. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And
Plug,
if you
cheap plug.
if you can't get it there, go to Bandcamp. You can get it there.
Bandcamp, Amazon Music, Apple Music.
Amazon
I'm
Music.
like a bad
yeah.
rash
One time,
everywhere.
Everywhere, and it takes a cream to get rid of it.
Nope.
just one time at Bandcamp.
Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Don't.
All right.
Say it with me now.
Real.